Hey, Cozy Vibers, how are you doing today? I'm hoping that this is actually working and I am actually live. I'm going to be looking kind of back and forth right now just because I'm new for this actual forum. So we'll go ahead and go from there. All right. Let's go ahead and turn down my sound first of all. So, uh, go ahead and chat in the feed. Let me know that you're here and you're here to visit. I think it should look the same, but if I don't know who you are based off of your email or whatever your tag name is through YouTube, I'm assuming that it still works the same way with Facebook, but just bear in mind that this is brand new. This is the first time I'm going live on YouTube, trying to expand my horizons on all of my social media platforms. So, like I said, it might be a little bumpy road tonight, but it'll get better and better each month that I go live. And we'll just see what kind of feedback I get from either going with Facebook Live or if I'm doing YouTube with a bigger crowd. So tell me what you think, let me know what forum you like the best, or platform, I should say, the best when you do live feeds. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and try and get myself on here. I like there's so much going on. So, all right. Okay. So obviously you can see me. Let's see. I don't see anybody yet, but I guess we'll just wait until we get a few people. All right. So like I said, I'm not trying to ignore anybody. Um, Basically, I'm going to get comfortable and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to chit chat about some of the things that are on my website that are going to change and also for the better. So, first of all, I'm going to be changing how I do custom design orders. It's just for business reasons. I get a lot of, messaging through possible messenger or other, email and whatnot. That's totally fine, especially when it's somebody who's personal, friends of mine or whatever. But I do want to get it so that payment is easier. There's no complications in the communication, and then everything's on the table, for everybody. So, I'm going to be doing is creating a new web page. It's going to be kind of like a generic blank, ordering system where you will have the choice of a mug, and then you'll have a drop down, and you can choose if you want a saying or a specific design that I already do with maybe possibly with a name with it, or maybe if it's a photo of your dog or your children or whatever. And so it's going to go down that way. And then once it detects what you've ordered, so it's a 15-ounce personalized mug, and then you'll still have the checkout. And right now, I'm just kind of going either if you live close, is either in cash or sometimes it's PayPal. But I just want to make sure you guys know that I am working on that so that the payments part of the custom design work that I've been doing for the past few months will be a little more streamlined. So I apologize that it's taken so long. I'm constantly trying to figure out how can I make things better, not only for me, but also for my customers that keep buying things or customize things. So, obviously, you can go on my website, and I have several different categories of different designs for women, men, maybe soon to be children. You have to let me know if you have kiddos. What would you like to see? I guess because my kids are so much more grown now, I don't even have to think about small children kind of stuff. But I think what I think is adorable might not be adorable to some people. So give me a little bit of your feedback and let me know, basically, your thoughts on children and their attire, like maybe onesies, I don't know, maybe little tiny beanies or something that will be either babies and maybe toddlers, maybe small children. So don't have that yet, but it doesn't mean that I won't custom design something. So another thing that I want to tell you about my custom design, because this is, like I said, the most popular thing that's happening with my business is most people want something specific. So, not that I'm not getting orders for my regular designs on my website, but custom design seems to be the most popular. And that's totally fine. I love it. I love designing for people and seeing their reaction to whatever I've designed. So, recently, I designed a new wooden, I guess wouldn't be plank, but like a wood round. And so I'm introducing that as a new product to my website. So, it's not on my website yet. I'm still kind of working out the glitches of trying to figure out how to market certain things as well. I don't like to just plop things on my website and, I mean, to me, that's just, I don't want to half it. I want to make sure that what I put out there, not only do you find like you like the designs, but they're going to look just like what you see that when you order, so your shirt will look like what that looks like in the picture. Your mug is going to look picture perfect because that's what I want to do for my customers. I don't want to ever give them something mediocre. And all the designs are mine, so I do one of a kind designs. And I do this on purpose because, first of all, I like to walk in a different direction than most people. Not for any reason, but just I believe in originality. Whether you are a artist, or you are a person who does graphic art or visual graphic art, um, it's all the same. You create something, it's yours, and people will know you for how you present yourself. So, not to down on Etsy at all, but, I see a lot of the same stuff. You go to Etsy, and every crafter or every small business owner has, they buy the same SVGs and the same files, and then they put it on the same kind of shirt, maybe a different color, but it's one designer, and then people can buy all of the designs, and then they're allowed to commercially sell it. So it's kind of like, that's fine. Everybody who does that, that is your own options. But for me, I really want to be able to show the customer that I'm different. I want to show them my art, show them, my style. And that's how I came up with Steph's Cozy Vibe, because, I have a certain thing that I feel like, oh, that's my vibe, like, wintertime, a blanket, my dog on my lap with a cozy fire, maybe a glass of wine or a cup of coffee in the morning. To me, that's a cozy vibe. You know, you know, out there in a campfire, that's a cozy vibe to me. So a lot of my art will reflect what I consider a cozy vibe, because I love like African art. So you'll see my giraffe vibe, and probably soon to come more animals, because I just think it's so adorable. And then, you know, plaid, I think plaid is such a cool color in or a cool pattern, but I think of Christmas, and that's like a cool vibe. So anyway, long story short about my vibe, but that's me. I like twinkly lights, I like girly things, I like really sleek things and elegant things, and so I'm kind of all over the place. But anyway, um so tonight I'm going to, oh hey Brenda, I'm sorry, I've been just chit chatting way into everybody's faces. All right, Brenda, you might be just you tonight, so okay. Anyway, Like I said, this is a brand new way of streaming. I'm going to be trying really hard to do live streams, giveaways, also tutorials and DIYs. So the cool thing is with the DIYs is when I do a DIY, I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but I thought this would be a great way not only to do the DIY of whatever I'm using. It could be a wood round, it could be etching, it could be a heat transfer, a one-time design of something, or even a Dollar Tree something. But what I want to do is have a page on my website to sell that one item. So sometimes people make stuff for their home, and I will decide what and where, if I sell something. And if people request it, like, hey, I love that DIY, do you sell that? Like a wreath or something. If I make a wreath for some kind of maybe spring or summer wreath with flowers or whatnot. But the thing is that the DIYs that I'm going to start doing are going to be hopefully high end and very educational and doable without a Cricut or sublimation. I want to do those kind of things as well. I also want to sell kits and then do live put together tutorial. So it'd be kind of a fun way to, you would already have the paint, you would have your wood or whatever product that you would have for the project. And then the wood round, the paint, oh, and then the vinyl that's cut, and it would be pre-packaged and ready for you to do your own project if you can't do like an actual class or something that is physical. Maybe you live in a different state than I do, but I'm going to be starting to do those kind of things where I can show you different small fun things and technical things too that I think a lot of people skip over when they do DIYs or tutorials. And just because of the background that I have, in teaching, I would love to really, I don't want to say anything rude about like people who are new, because we've all been new. I'm still new at a lot of things, um, but I definitely want to dumb it down a little bit, just because sometimes people are using these flashy words, like sublimation and, you know, certain different vinyls and what they're called, and just certain techniques like weeding. I'm like, you would not know what I meant about weeding if you don't do what I do. I guess a lot of people who have a Cricut or a Silhouette know what that means. So, okay, let's see. Okay, I'm glad, Brenda. You know what? The one thing about trying to do the YouTube was to make the link. Well, I've never done live before. So, at the same token, it's no different than Facebook, how to do it. It's pretty simple. But it's the countdown and trying to figure it out. And of course, I'm running solo tonight because normally I have my daughter. She kind of helps with the feed, and I get like squirrel, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, I'm talking to people, and trying to chat with people. But yeah, so I mean, this is going to be a video that actually can be either edited and resubmitted on YouTube, or vice versa, putting it on Facebook so other people can see the updates and whatnot. But yeah. Oh, yeah. That's weird. You know what? Maybe Brenda, if you had to sign in, I had to as well on my computer. So I'm wondering if well, I don't know how often you watch YouTube, or if it's on an app that you have, or if it's on your computer. But sometimes if you're logged into one, you have to log out of the other one. And yeah, it made me have to sign in as well as a secondary person. So, like I said, very new. I'm hoping that you can hear me and I don't look scary. And all that fun stuff. But here's the thing, Brenda, you know what? You might be my only girl on here. So, you know what? I'm going to just show you what I have to give. And it's already made. And don't forget, I still have your other prize. So don't forget that. I haven't forgotten. But this is what I'm going to be giving away. I think this is super cute. It's my new design for Mother's Day or in honor of Mother's Day. So it could be any time, but it doesn't have to be Mother's Day to have this. So I don't know. I just thought it was adorable. And so I thought, you know what? I know I have mugs and pillows and stuff. You can put this on anything. Anything that I design, most likely you can put on most anything that well, I should say most of sublimation things. Some things I do in vinyl, but it's very specific of what I choose to do because of coloring. You know, a lot of people don't understand that sublimation is ink and vinyl, you know, you can get pretty close to this color here, you know, with the half tones and whatnot, but a picture with its grays and all that stuff, it's very specific. So anyway, one of these days we'll talk about that stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you, isn't this the cutest thing? Oh my gosh. So Brenda, it looks like you're my only lady. So we'll just wait, but I have a game. I don't know if you saw the post that I had, and it was called it's like Family Feud, but I call it Steph's Cozy Feud. So why don't we play? Because it's just you and me, girlfriend. So, and hopefully later on, I'll get hopefully an audience. And it doesn't hurt the fact that, you know, it's Good Friday. So people may be going to church and doing their things. So, you know what? I totally understand. You know, I didn't want to change my live feed with when it comes to the 15th of every month. And you know, we got Easter coming up, so you know, we got Good Friday today, and it's all good. Like I said, this is a great way of testing the waters, getting myself out there, and then hopefully people will start following. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if you haven't subscribed, then you won't be able to get all the updates and all the new things and all the new products and all the tutorials and all the cool things that I'm going to be doing in the very, very near future. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I'll do this one with you since it's you and me, Brenda. So it's a Mother's Day, this and that. And so I wanted to play a couple games with some people, you know, just to break the ice, also for the Mother's Day thing. Whether you want to keep it for yourself, these bags rock. I can't even explain to you how durable they are. And that's another thing. I will not ever buy anything that is not high end or really good quality. You know, whether I get it for a good deal or not. But here's the deal. If I wouldn't trust it with my things in it, I mean, these suckers are so sturdy. So, you know, that's one thing you need to know is the business. I would never buy cheap stuff, you know, and then place things on there. You know, if it looks cheap, I'm not going to sell it. So you can always make DIYs very inexpensive, but cheap is a different word. Cheap is to me like when you slap things together and it just doesn't look good. You can make anything inexpensive that looks high end, you know, or professional. So just note that. Okay, so Brenda, this or that. So the question is, what would you rather do anyways? Get up early or sleep in? Okay, so mine sleep in always. Yeah. Yeah, the cheap stuff, get it out, you know, seriously, get it out. I just, you know, like I said, there's even things at Dollar Tree that are very decent, you know, you have to just like find things and you have to try things first. And, you know, some lady on one of these pages, you know, they do like a crafty whatever page. And, I had shown this bag and she was like, you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't sublimate on it. And there's no way because, I mean, she just ripped back and forth of how this bag is not going to work. And I not only read every single detail on the bag or any of the products that I ever am going to buy, but I read review after review. I mean, I compare my products to another, to the price, to the actual material. Once I get it here, I literally put it through its test and I proved this lady wrong. Not only because it was advertised with polyester count in it, but um, I literally did infusible ink and sublimation and I washed it and it didn't fade. That's the ticket. The minute something, fades, seriously, obviously it doesn't have, the right product. But you know what? Once again, I'm going to test it. I'm going to rip it apart and try to, I want to beat it up a little bit because I want to make sure that, whatever I'm putting out there is going to be quality. So, all right. Sleeping in, yes. All right. But yeah, get up early. I don't know. That's definitely for the birds. Okay. What would you do? A cruise or all inclusive resort? I'm kind of a homebody. I think I would probably I really want to go on a cruise someday. But I would definitely, if it was just for a mama's day or whatever, an all inclusive resort. Yeah. Yeah, you and me both, girl. Okay. Tea or coffee? Okay. Some people I think you're a tea. I bet you're tea. I'm coffee. I could drink coffee until the end. Literally. I'm like, I before bed, I will drink coffee. I don't care. I like it. Yeah. I'm not a big tea person, but the one thing that I did learn about tea is that I would steep it too long and didn't realize it and wondering why didn't I like my tea? It was so bitter. And guess what? I was doing it wrong. So, yeah. But that's that. But anyway, okay. What would you rather have? So, I would assume like this is your Mother's Day, if you were to choose for your day, movies or books? Yes. Okay. Yeah, it can burn. And that was the thing, I think I learned it from my daughter cuz she just kind of learned and we don't read the instructions like we should, right? But yeah. So, yeah, okay. I am not, you know what? I am a book person. I'm trying to get back into my vibe of reading. It's just really hard to balance everything, especially that I work from home. I'm home, and it's sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I'm in the mood, but I'm not in the mood. But I'm trying to get there. But I just love movies. I think I'm a TV freak. So I think, when it comes to TV, I just literally I watch everything. I watch a lot of documentaries. I blaze through some of those and yeah, I just have to keep learning and learning and learning and I feel like, visually I'm a watch a movie, watch a TV, watch a series kind of gal. Okay. Let's see here. Sneakers or heels? I already know this answer for you. You and me both. Sneakers or heels? I bet you your sneakers. I'm not a hill. I used to be a hill girl. I used to do heels and literally I can't do heels anymore. I because I have fibromyalgia, I can barely stand a long period of time. And if I were to wear heels, it would literally I would be in agony. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah, I can't I used to dance, not like, naughty dance. But but when I was in a band, we were a variety band and I would literally be the front person, the person behind the keyboards, the backup singer, the backup dancer, and we would dance in heels, like almost not cabaret, but very, very Vegas. And so, yeah, I think I just kind of screwed my whole body up with that one. So, okay, this one. I already know. Well, actually, I've never been to one of them. So, would you go to Paris or Hawaii? Now, I've already been to Hawaii. So, but I've never been to Paris. But I think I'd go to Paris because I've been to Hawaii. But I don't know if I could choose which one would be the best. But yeah, I I would love to go. I would love to go to Rome as well. I want to go to Italy and check it out, but you never know. It's on my bucket list. All right, burgers or pizza. So, me, I hate to say it, I am a cheeseburger freak. So, yeah, I love me some cheeseburgers. Yeah, pizza is great, but I'm so weird about how greasy my pizza is. So if you have recommendations, let me know what kind of pizza joint you like. Um, yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, a home cooked meal or go to a restaurant. And me being a Gemini, I'm kind of both. It depends on my mood. So yeah, I really do like home cooked meals, but I also like to be going out, out of the town and doing the whole, fun thing. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Now, flowers or chocolates? That one's tough for me because I absolutely love when I get flowers and I actually can put it in my vase where I can see it. And I love real flowers, but I also love chocolate. Oh, that one's a tough one for me. Ah, undecided. All right, so beach or pool? Me, it's the beach. I would take the beach any day before a swimming pool. I like hanging out at the pool, but I absolutely love the ocean. So, yeah, I've been through a lot of the states and been to California and I've been to Florida, been to Hawaii, but I've also been up where in Washington State, where you've got the Rocky Beach, and stuff. So it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. Diamonds or pearls? Now I think, oh, that one's hard too because I feel like diamonds because I love sparkly things, but I like pearls because it's so mature. What do you think, Brenda? It's just you and me, Brenda. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah. You know, I'm not even wearing, I'm just wearing a little bit. Man, I have so much jewelry. It is insane. Working in retail, I haven't gotten rid of it, which I will. I'll be doing something. I might even do DIY stuff with my jewelry. So, all right. Let's see. Drive herself or be driven. So, would you drive? Do you rather drive yourself or do you like to be driven? Me, I don't know. I'm kind of a control freak and I don't like, so it just depends on the driver, I guess, but I get real nervous and as a passenger. I don't know why. It's probably cuz I don't have control over it. So that's my OCD ADHD kind of problems. So try not to have that. But yeah, I am a drive myself kind of person as well. Okay, and the last one is go to the gym or walk in the park. And me, I rather walk in the park because then I'm outside. I get to see all the pretty stuff. I get to breathe fresh air and just, yeah. I'm definitely not a person who wants to. I don't mind going to the gym. It's just yeah, I hate to be closed up. So looks like you and me, Brenda, are going to walk in the park together, and what we're gonna fight against driving. So and we won't be wearing jewelry. We'll be at the beach eating chocolate. Uh, at your house, we'll go get a home cooked meal, and then we'll have pizza and burgers. We'll talk about Paris, and we'll wear sneakers, and we'll talk about books, and maybe have some coffee and tea, and you know what? And plan our next vacation at an all resort, and we'll sleep in. What do you think about that? That's going to be our next get out. We're going to go hang out and do a girls thing. So anyway, I thought it was cute. Um, I just made up that last thing. I don't know. I just thought it was cute. But anyway, so going back into, obviously, you know what the giveaway is. Brenda, you're going to end up probably being the one unless somebody swoops in and we'll play this game. But, I figure if you're here, you're here. And so basically, obviously, I do the giveaway every 15th of every month. I'm not sure if I'm going to change it. But I don't know what nights work the best, things like that. It's a very hit and miss kind of thing, especially when there's a holiday coming. So I wanted to do a Mother's Day kind of theme, kind of getting ahead of myself and trying to be a month ahead every month. I've been horrible at it, but I'm trying to get there. But I want to start doing that. So if you do win something, like, we know that Mother's Day is next month. So obviously the 15th of next month, I'll be advertising for Father's Day, and then 4th of July and so forth and so on, and I'll be mixing it up. But it gives you an opportunity not only to win something and get a great prize, whether you keep it for yourself or you gift it to somebody else. You know what? It's still spreading the word of my business, and you know what? You're getting really cool things. So, like I said, I would never steer you wrong. So let's see here. So obviously the tote bag is the giveaway. Um, and we talked about it very briefly, but I'm going to be definitely doing the DIYs. And for instance, I have wine. So wine bottles. Now, I'm not advertising drinking. This is for art. Basically, I have been saving wine bottles for quite a long time. So I have a very large amount. It's not like I drank this in a weekend, with Guns and Roses or anything. But basically, you know, I've seen some cool things with paint, with vinyl, with all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to start cleaning these up, getting them ready. And then when I do a DIY, this, when it's all finished in its art form, would be an example of what my one and done page will be. So I don't know how I'm going to price things yet and whatnot, but you might see a wine bottle that I do a DIY, and then it's available. And once you buy it, it's one thing. It would be literally what I make. Because you could be like, oh my gosh, I want that, but I don't want to make it, or I don't have time, or wow, she already made it, it's available. But it's going to be literally something that when you buy it, then it's gone. Like unless I make a multiple amount of any kind of product. So I don't have an inventory of tons of DIYs. I can sell them after they're done, and it's a craft. That it's going to look exactly what you saw on the TV or the screen or whatever you're looking at. And the cool thing is I'm going to do wood signs, and I'm going to do wreaths, and I'm going to do t-shirts and sublimation and vinyl and layered vinyl and using foil and keychains and everything that you can see now on most craft shows or craft enthusiasts, YouTubers, you will be able to at least go to my website, go grab it. It's not going to be expensive. I was thinking, the ranges of $5 plus shipping or something. And, so that's I thought that would be kind of fun. Trying to do a little bit of something different where you can still be interactive, but at the same token, you can actually purchase the actual DIY if you choose, and if it's on the website, of course. So there's that idea. Um, I will be also doing candles and things in the future, but as you know, it takes a little bit when you're actually getting orders and you're working normally during the day, trying to keep up with the maintenance of the website and adding new content and doing live videos and preparing and, the whole nine, especially when it's just one person doing it. It's definitely very challenging. So I move a little bit slower. So just consider me the sloth of trying to get the media out, or even product sometimes, because I do have some advertisements for the new products that I'm now entering into my website. But what I was going to talk about is the new rounds that I got. Now, once again, I would not go in this direction if I didn't find it to be handy, inexpensive, but also practical, but affordable for whoever is buying something custom made or whatnot. Now, everything is made to order. So the minute I don't have like, for now, I don't, but right now, the designs that you see, it's not like I have, 30 shirts that have, a design on it, in a closet. I literally get the order. You want it extra large at whatever color it's chosen, and I make it, and custom it, or I make it whatever is ordered, and then I ship it to you. But anyway, long story short, so the wood rounds that I have are definitely like the polywood. And so basically, I have two sides, or two sizes. And this one is the 14-inch. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty large. And then this is the 10-inch. So basically, I chose something so simple because not only is it easy for me to be able to paint this, it absorbs the paint really, really well. And that's what you really want. You don't want, sometimes when you're dealing with vinyl, you want it to adhere to it. So you don't want it to literally peel off as easily, as, being able to pick at it or anything. So anyway, so I'm doing custom designs with these. And of course I do put a like twine so that you can hang it up. But I wish I had it. I have a friend who ordered a sign for her new grandson that's to be. And so I got that done. I wish I could have showed you guys. I may post it after the baby shower, which, because I don't want her daughter to see what it is before she gets it. But yeah, I think it turned out really great, and I love these wood panels. They're the right, they're not too heavy, so you can pretty much put them anywhere. And I know you can't see my sign, but last week, or no, not last week, last month, I showed you a sign that I did for myself, and it was for coffee and wine, because that's really how I break myself down. Is I love my coffee in the morning and a little bit of wine at night. I get more of the coffee than the wine, but I kind of like that sometimes. Okay, so let me see what else. So like I said, Brenda, you're pretty much it. So we'll just have to chit chat because I don't see anybody else on here. So let's see, wood rounds. I just wanted to talk about those, and um us, we talked about the custom design page, and then the wine art. You know, why not use some of these things and recycle it, make it beautiful? You know, I know a lot of people are doing these things, um, you know, and I always try to look to see who separates themselves from, is everybody talking about the same thing? Is I like to find out what people are having problems with the most. You know, I see a lot of not just customers, but just people in general who do either this as a business or as a hobby. And some of the software issues with some of the merchandise that you have to use, any kind of specific cutting machine, you know, as a tech person, I always look at the internal part of it thinking there's something wrong, either within your computer when they complain because a lot of people don't update their computers and stuff like that, so, you know, what do you do? I mean, it's like you can always try to help people take your cache and your cookies and clean those up and do this and update your computer, and not everybody does it. So I want to teach some of those things. Some of these are just tips and tricks of how to check for things before you assume it's your machine or you think it's your computer, because sometimes it's a server, whether you're working through a certain device, so it's just those things that you have to think about. But I hope that that would be kind of cool to do, and not, like I said, dumb it down a little bit, and kind of teach it slowly and get to the point where you would know how to fix some of these small problems that come up all the time on social media. I see it so much. The same questions, why is my machine cutting like this? So forth and so on. It's easy to send a message and hopefully they know what you're talking about, or see something visual as a tutorial, and then you can kind of figure out the technical part. And I don't know if anybody's doing that or not. So yeah, an operator error, those errors and stuff. And sometimes it's not you, it's not your computer, it's sometimes the software. And I mean, like I said, most people who are very technically sound would kind of know the ins and outs of some of the issues, because you can see the diagnostics and everything in the computer. But some people are running things that they can't even run on their computer. Sometimes they can't, because their computer isn't strong enough, doesn't have enough gigabytes, doesn't have enough any memory, any RAM. It needs, you have to have specific software with specific equipment. So those are the things that I want to end up talking about, really quick little tidbits, and also comparisons of how things work too. I have not yet purchased a weeding pen. I don't know if you have that, Brenda, or not, but I have just the regular tool that you get to weed. But I would love to explore some of the other things. I'm kind of old school, and I'm also frugal, so I can't just go. Yeah, I wish I could just go buy everything, and some people can, and good for you. You know what? Do it. Do what you got to do. Some of us are on a very, very tight budget, so that's kind of where I'm at. I just want to, you know, let people know that I'm transparent, and what I'm doing is something that had to be a choice due to my condition. It's hard to have a condition that is unpredictable. And so when you can't stand for more than 10 minutes. You can't really sit for long. You can't lay for long. You can't walk for long. And you have to take a lot of breaks. It's very hard to find a job these days um, that you can do your work in bed. You can do your work, in the living room, or, if you're mobile enough, or in your office or whatnot. And so that is kind of, why I had to go in this direction is, I love to design. My background's technology, and whatnot. But, you know, I have really bad flare days. And so sometimes I have to work on my phone with some of the applications that I have in bed, and a lot of my design ideas come from laying in bed, maybe watching TV. But it's super fun. Remember when you go back onto, if you watch this through Facebook and you're watching it on the platform of YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because this is where it's going to start getting busy. Like I said, I'm already working on some video content. I'm going to have quick shorts and quick tips, and I'm going to have tutorials, and I'm going to have DIYs, and I'm going to have live feed. So this is just the very tip of the iceberg. Hopefully I'll be able to do this for a long time, and hopefully there'll be people who want to learn, what I'm going to teach, because like I said, there's a lot of people who will teach the instruction of your cutting machine, how to load it, what temperature you use, how the timing. But not many people are going technical. They're not going specific. And, I think it's important to kind of understand, not only do you have this equipment, but you also have to understand how your computer talks to your equipment or whatever device you're using. Are you using the internet base? Are you using USB cords? Are you using Bluetooth? It depends on where you live. Maybe your internet's not as strong. I mean, there's just little things here and there that I can give a list down and say, check one, check this, check two, this, and so forth and so on. So I think that's a need for people, not only to know, go step by step of how to create, a design, which, I'll do, but I want to show you some of the tips and tricks that I learned, and it'd be stuff that you'd be like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's how you do it. And it might be something a ton of people do, but I just didn't know they do it. Or I came up with something new, and there you go. I'm going to teach it to you. So, yeah, I like to learn. And then I also, Brenda, let me know if you ever want to get a craft party together. So I mentioned this last month as well. Just have not put the package together, but we would do, like, let's say a wood round, and let's say some people want to do the 10-inch, some people want to do the 14-inch. They would prepay for their product, and I provide all of the materials and whatnot, and I would teach them how to make a really cute sign and have pre-cut vinyl so they could choose whatever thing they want. They could do it themselves, and we would have everything ready. But it would be a super fun thing, whether it's coffee and muffins with a cute little craft day, or maybe it's cheese and wine with a craft night. So keep in mind that that's what I want to do. If you are interested, and anybody else that's interested for that matter, who live obviously in my state. So yeah, I think that's about it. I didn't want to go too long. I didn't even see what time it is. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. So once again, Brenda, obviously you are my queen staying here. You get this beautiful tote, and I'm going to see you anyways. So guess what? You're going to get a tote, and you're going to get your pillow. And I think that's super cool. You guys, you know, obviously this will be still on my feed for YouTube. And basically, guys, tune in, subscribe, make sure that you hit that reminder. And also, go to my Facebook, go to my Instagram, go to my TikTok. I will have it listed below. And basically, this is what we're going to do. I'm either going to be in Steph's Cozy Corner, or I'm going to be doing a DIY, a tutorial. I'm going to teach you the tips and tricks of the technology that's behind some of these machines so that you know how to condition them, that you know how to fix them. You won't have to go on everybody's page and go, oh my gosh, this happened. Why is this not calibrating? Why, and sometimes it's a company thing where you have to call the company because you have a malfunctioning machine. It happens, but sometimes it's either human error or it's a technical error. And sometimes your computer decides that it doesn't want to read what other machines are trying to talk to it, or listen to it, I should say. They don't connect. These are things that a lot of people are just crafters. They're just like, I got a computer and I know how to turn it on. They make it very simple, but the internal part of our computers and our machines, not so much, right? We don't know that much, and we have to always send it to a professional to fix. And sometimes it's nothing but a small situation where you can fix it yourself. So anyway, you know what, Brenda, thank you so much. I obviously feel like I've been talking to the air, but I'm so glad you were interactive. I really appreciate your support. And you know what? I will see you next month, or actually sooner, because I will message you and then figure out what a good time is to actually meet in person. But otherwise, I will be back on the 15th live again on here, and hopefully I will have a better following. But you know what? I know that it's Good Friday. So I know that, a lot of people are doing family things this weekend because of Easter weekend. And so all I can say is have a beautiful Easter and a safe one. And definitely keep in mind, that this is brand new. I'm going to make mistakes, but that's okay. I'm okay with it as long as you're good with it, guys. All right, Brenda, I'm going to take off. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.